Hi everyone, it's Margaret, and I am doing this neutral cut crease smoky eye look. I know it's a mouthful, and it's because there's different techniques all in one, and it's really interesting because you can actually break this up and do different looks with it, or you can merge different techniques and do a whole look as I'm doing with this. So right now I'm putting a nice coat of foundation all over Lauren's face, and I really want to make sure that we create a nice coverage on this. And it's really important when you're doing these earthy kind of neutral tones that the skin looks really flawless. I mean, I think that goes for any look really, but more so when you're doing some really, just earthy kind of neutral tones. I think the complexion really pops out more. So I'm doing my final little kind of touch-ups after I did the foundation. And I call this spot treatments, and I think the spot treatments really are important after you do a final blending of the foundation, because what it does is it really just gives it a nice added coverage. And I'm using a different type of foundation that has a lot of coverage, but it really creates a really luminescent texture to the skin. And so I really want to make sure that, you don't overdo it and you don't want to underdo it. So you got to make sure you cover it really well. So now I'm just going to set around the eyes and just basically focus on the T-zone with my wedge sponge, and I'm dabbing a little loose powder. And now I'm taking my complexion brush and just doing a final setting. And I just dotted this with some a soft translucent powder just to give it a nice set. And if you notice, I didn't do the eyes because I want the eyes to still have the base on it so I can put the shadows on it. So now I'm taking this pearlized kind of yellow pearlized color highlighting powder, and I'm using a round fluffy head brush, and I'm just going to go right on the brow bone and just go into some soft circular motion, if you can see it. And I'm going right into the inner part of the lid. And as this goes into the inner part, what it does is it creates an optical illusion of opening the eyes up. And this is based on my shadows and light technique. And so with this, what I do is I really create a nice opening to the eyes that look like they're pulling in. I create an optical illusion of pulling it out. So see how it kind of looks all really white right now, but it really will work. Watch. As I put more darker colors, you'll see what I'm talking about. So I'm taking this kind of champagne, kind of pinky coppery color, and I'm going in like a circular motion around the upper lid. And I'm just going to now kind of add a little more fallout powder because the shadow was kind of falling off. So, and with this, I'm taking a nice brownish kind of color, coppery color on the going towards the end of the eye, and I'm creating a great gradation, if you can see what I'm doing. And I'm going to blend this all in, so it'll all look much better once I blend it in. And then here I'm using a brown with a little bit of a gold, and this is the darker color, and I'm going to take that to create that cut crease effect. So I'm going to use a triangular shape to the eye and go along the ledge of the inner eye, of the inner crease, and create like a V shape, like a triangle. And what this does is it creates more depth to the eye, and yet it creates more drama, and it also creates a feel of that smokiness that, the darkness will do. And I'm taking a more of a flatter edge rather than a fluffier edge brush to create this, because I want this to have a nice streamline to it. But now I'm taking my blender brush and I'm going to just blend it all in together. And I want all the colors to merge together and have a nice gradation. And as you can see how really the depths of the color merges out, and you see how it creates a nice effect to the eyes. And see how the light opens the eyes out more? So this is the whole theme of it. I'm basically taking the darker and creating more intensity in the inner part where I want the eyes to really look more sunken, and then use the lighter colors to kind of open the eyes up a little bit more. See, if I did a reverse on this, it would actually close her eyes in. So you don't want to do that. And of course, unless you have eyes that are really far apart, then you can do it. But most people have eyes that are kind of closer set, so you don't want to pull the eyes in. It's going to make the eyes look cross-eyed. So you don't want to do that. So now I'm actually now going over the whole design and adding more intensity and payout. So I'm just going over each step that I did and just adding more color to it just to create more intensity and drama. And using, you know, different brushes, of course. You don't want to use the same brushes on everything. And now I'm just blending everything in so everything has a nice cohesive gradation to it. And so I'm using now like a coppery color, and I'm just adding more intensity on the middle of the lid, and then I'm going to go in with more of a gold color in the inner just to bring a little bit more intensity into the inner part as well, but still creating that optical illusion, and adding this copper just to like create a little bit more drama to the eyes. It's so pretty, and yet it's so soft, and it really does have a nice feel to it. So here's that gold color, and I'm just going right over it. I'm not going to go all the way up to the brows, the highlighting powder area, just a little bit on the inner lid. And then now I'm just going to blend that in softly so everything has a nice connection to everything. And with this, I think you'll really love how you could wear this going out to a really fancy, elegant type situation, or even just if you're just going to a club and hanging out with some friends and you want to look really cute and, you know, put some jeans and a nice, you know, pair of heels. It's really a nice look, and you can still keep it casual. So I'm just going to now tone down some of that fly away powder, the fallout powder. And I'm going to go with my flat rectangle brush, and I'm just going to go with that dark brown color I use on the upper lid and just line the eyes. But I'm going to stop right where the tear ducts start. And then right there I'm going to keep adding some of the light color just to keep the opening of the eyes. So I'm creating that optical illusion, okay? So the eyeliner does not go all the way in. I'm actually continuing it with that light powder. So with this soft metallic brown powder, I'm going to use a round kind of oval fluffy brush and just go underneath that dark brown and also the light color of the inner and just smolder it out. And this creates that smoky smoldering effect. And it's a really cool trick. So now I'm making Lauren make like a fish, and I'm putting a very soft dusty rose color blush, and this just gives it a nice little just pop of color, just creates a nice pull together of everything, and it's so soft. You can even use a little bit more of a peachier color if you want to stay with the whole neutral tone, but I thought having a little bit of a rosy color in there really will make it nice. And the reason why I'm doing that is because I'm going to add a more mauvier nude color lip. And I'm just going to use her brows as is because she's got great brows. And if you don't have great brows, definitely you want to fill them in, but you don't want to go too dark with this. And I'm going to use a black mascara because this will add a lot of drama without trying to force the eyes to look like they have a lot of drama. And using a super black mascara really helps. And Lauren has amazing lashes, as you can see, and by really accentuating the lashes really kind of supports the shadow. See how everything's starting to pull together, and you can see all the different nuances of all the gradation, and the black kind of rims all that, and it really supports that, and it just really pops it out. And I love this look because it really does have such a glam feel to it, but it's so nice. And here's that mauvey pinky, kind of the same color I used on her cheeks. This is where it ties in, and it's very complementary to the eyes, but at the same time it's complementary to the cheek, and yet it's complementary to the whole look. You could definitely use darker, more dramified lips. That's no problem. But definitely, if you're going to do that, I would stay with more of like a earthier tone, like a terracotta or an ox blood color red if you want to go really dark with kind of like that brownish red. Um, and you want to definitely go more matte with, you know, a darker color, but with this soft nude color, I used more of a gloss because it really creates a nice texture. Um, and I mean, you can definitely go with the gloss with the darker colors, but just remember dark pulls in. So here's the look. I love it, and I hope you guys all try it. If you love what I did and you want to learn from me, go to www.mkcbeautyacademy.com. I teach in-person classes, and we also have online classes. Thank you so much for watching. If you're not a subscriber, please subscribe and stay tuned for more. Thanks. Bye.